The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hello, and welcome to the Introduction to Ortho Evidence webinar. My name is Christopher Smith, and I'm a Managing Content Editor here at Ortho Evidence. The purpose of this webinar is to provide an introduction to Ortho Evidence to new users, introduce how you can actually sign up, demonstrate how our search feature works, and also give a little bit of a demonstration of some of the content that's on Ortho Evidence. If at any time during the webinar you have any questions, please feel free to input them, and in the last 5 minutes of the webinar we'll be taking any questions that you may have. So to begin, I'm sure many of you are asking, what is Ortho Evidence and how is it going to help me with my clinical practice? Well, Ortho Evidence is a knowledge dissemination and translation website that was developed for orthopedic healthcare professionals. The website provides members with access to routinely updated, critically appraised evidence summaries of high-quality randomized trials and meta-analyses published within the field of orthopedics. The goal of this site is to save practitioners valuable time while enabling them to stay current with the latest evidence that will guide their practice and lend support to their decision-making processes. So now that I've provided a little bit of an intro to what Ortho Evidence is, I'm now going to show you how you can sign up to become a member. So the first step is to open up your browser and go to www.myorthoevidence.com. When you get to the homepage, it'll look a little bit like this. Go to the top right and you can see the login and sign up. If you're already a member of Ortho Evidence, you can simply input your username or email, your password information, and click Login. However, if you're not a member, there are 3 different ways that you can actually sign up to become a member. First, if you're a student or a resident, you can sign up as a student and a resident and receive special pricing. If you'd like to sign up simply as a professional, you can do that by clicking this button here. And if you're a part of a partnered association or organization, you can actually sign up using a promo code that's been provided by your association. So I'm going to show you how to sign up using a promo code. First, you'll have to put in some of your credentials. So I'm going to input my name and information here. I'm going to select which location I'm from, so I'm from Canada. I'm going to pick a username and password that are easy to remember, but are still not too easy to crack. And I'm going to put in a valid email address. Once I've done that, I'm then going to input the promo code that was provided by my organization. So I'm inputting a promo code that identifies me as a member of Ortho Evidence. I'm then going to agree to the terms of service, and I'm going to click Sign Up Now. Accidentally put in the wrong promo code, so now I've corrected it. You'll see that the promo code was invalid or has expired on the left, and if you've input your promo code correctly, this is what you'll actually see. Now that I've corrected it, I'm going to click Sign Up. And if I was successful, you'll see a banner come across the top indicating that your account is now active and that you can log in. So now I'm going to log in. So now I've successfully logged into my account, and this is what you can see is your main homepage. Across the top is really just your profile information with buttons that allow you to change some of your profile information. So you can click My Profile, you can click My Affiliation to affiliate yourself with an organization, and you can also click on My Newsletters and select which weekly newsletters you'd like to receive from Ortho Evidence. This black banner here is really about site navigation. So there's a Home button, which will always bring you to Home, an ACE Reports button, which will allow you to browse ACE Reports by specialty, a Videos button, which will take you to the educational videos that are on Ortho Evidence, the Ortho Trends button, which shows you which are the most popular ACE reports for a given time frame, the About Ortho Evidence section, which just gives you a little bit more information about ortho evidence and our process. And finally, a contact button where you can contact us at any time and we'll gladly answer any of your questions. This next green banner is the Ortho Evidence recommended reads. So for members of Ortho Evidence, these are the recommended reads. If you sign up with a different association promo code, your association will be able to pick recommended reads that they feel are pertinent for its members. This next bar is our search bar, and I'll be explaining that a little bit later on in the webinar. This white bar that has different ACE reports attached to it, you can see here, here, and here, are the latest updated reports on ortho evidence. So you can scroll to the left or to the right by simply clicking the arrows. You'll be able to see what has most recently been added to ortho evidence. Finally, there is a burgundy banner at the bottom, which just contains different news items relating to ortho evidence and some of its partnered associations. Additionally, there are some more links at the very bottom that just help with site navigation, and you can connect with us on Facebook and Twitter if you'd like. Now that I've provided you a little bit of an introduction to the Ortho Evidence homepage, I'm going to show you how you can use the search feature. So let's say you've come onto Ortho Evidence and you're interested in learning about rotator cuffs. So you input rotator cuff and you click search. As you might expect, a number of different articles come back relating to rotator cuff. But rotator cuff was really too general, and we were actually just looking for something that was relating to rotator cuff and rehabilitation. Now there are many different ways that you can refine your search to filter out unnecessary articles. You can do that by clicking on the advanced search. So let's input rotator cuff again as our main search item. Now let's say that we were really interested in rehabilitation of the rotator cuff following surgery. So we can input rehabilitation here, and then click search when it's ready. Sorry, I input that search incorrectly. So rotator cuff again, and then rehabilitation. So now you can see that we've got a rotator cuff and rehabilitation search, and when we click search, we're then presented with 15 different search results. Now there's another way that you can filter down to these similar types of results, as these are looking at reports across all ortho evidence. But let's say you're only looking at the physiotherapy and rehabilitation specialty. So again, you can put in rotator cuff, you can go to the advanced search, input rotator cuff again, and this time, instead of searching by another keyword, you can search by specialty. So you can click on this drop-down, look at the different specialties that are available, and we'll click physiotherapy and rehab because that's what we're interested in. If we then click search, we end up with 3 reports that are specifically dealing with rotator cuff and the physical therapy and rehab specialty. We can do this again for arthroplasty, and we'll do a general search. Now, arthroplasty is one of the most common topics on ortho evidence, and when you take a look at it, it's returning 456 different reports. So let's go to advanced search again. Let's type in arthroplasty. And let's say that we're interested in minimally invasive surgery dealing with arthroplasty. So we can take minimally invasive surgery, input that in, wait for our search builder, and then click search. And this takes us from the 456 articles we were originally looking at all the way down to 11, which is again much more manageable. So now that I've taught you a little bit about how to use the search effectively, I'd like to show you some of the actual content on ortho evidence. So this is an ACE report, or an Advanced Clinical Evidence Report, and it is basically a summary of the pertinent findings from a publication. It is also critical appraisal. So now I'm going to basically outline the layout of an ACE report. On the left here, you have journal information. You can go straight to the PubMed link. We tell you a little bit about the level of evidence of this trial. So this is a level 1 randomized controlled trial. You can email the corresponding author if you have questions. There's information about the authors attached to the actual publication, the actual publication date, the ability to download a printable ACE report in a PDF form, this new feature which shows you the global reach of this report. And by clicking here, you can see where this report has been read and the general quartiles that have actually been reading it. So in Canada, this report has been viewed between 500 and 1,000 times. And in India, it's been viewed between 250 to 500 times. If you keep going down, you'll see the quality of evidence scores. So the first is the R score, which is a risk of bias assessment, where we ask a number of different questions to critically appraise the research. Following this, you can actually then look at the reporting score, which is again an assessment of quality. Finally, at the end, there is the OE user score, which an Ortho evidence user can then rate the quality of the research that has been done. If we scroll back up to the top, we're actually going to look at the body of the report. So first, there are two titles. The first, black title, is basically a summary of the main finding. The red title is the actual title from the publication. So you can see that this report has actually been author verified, meaning the author has verified that all the contents are accurate. They've also provided an exclusive OE interview where they discuss some of their findings. Next is a synopsis, which is a basic summary of all the information that's been provided in the article, and it's distilled down similar to what an abstract is. Next, there's funding information. Finally, there's 5 main questions that are asked of this study. So first, why was this study needed now? And some background information is provided in the topic area. Next, what was the principal research question? This is followed by a table which outlines basic population, intervention, and comparison, outcomes, and methods of the actual trial. We then answer what were the important findings from this trial, detailing all of the important findings. We then ask, what should you remember most? So what should be your takeaway points from this research? And really, how will this affect patient care in the future? At the bottom is the ability to rate the quality on a scale from 1 to 10. Again, you're going to be rating the quality of the actual research being conducted and not the quality of the ACE report. You're then able to put down your thoughts into a comment. So by clicking here and inputting information, you can then post a comment, which other members will be able to view and give feedback on your comments, or possibly even answer your questions. Additionally, there's a related ACE report section, which points you to ACE reports that will be related to this topic. Now, if you scroll back up to the top, I'd just like to finish this off by showing you a little bit about your dashboard, which gives you some statistics on how much you've been reading and what articles you've actually been reading. So you can see here the recently viewed reports indicates all of the reports that you've recently reviewed. The My Topic Areas gives you a breakdown of which topic areas you've actually been looking at. And then this total time on reports provides you with how much time you've actually spent on Ortho evidence. So I'd like to thank you for taking part in this introductory webinar. If you have any questions, I'd be glad to answer them now. Thank you and have a nice day.